Yeah, I already recorded this before, but it took too long. It was like 20 minutes, and I want to do it again instead and make it shorter. We'll see if I can actually do that. So, a lot of people have been crapping on the production MGC. A lot of people. And what I have to say about that is there's probably something wrong with your version. Or, you set it up wrong, because I have both the prototype and the production, and I actually prefer the prototype. I prefer the production one. I know the biggest complaint that I've been hearing was a combination of frosted plastic or there being a bump every 90 degrees. And what I have to say is, there is no bump every 90 degrees on mine. I ordered this. I don't even think I put my name on the order. Yeah, it was through my account, but I don't think I put my name on the order. Not like that would really matter. But I ordered it right after the last cubing at home, and no issues with this puzzle. I love it. It's great. Now, I will say I didn't try it out of the box. I had my friend Isaac set it up, because that's something I really like, because he does a great job at setting puzzles up. He sets up all of my Square-1s pretty much, unless I buy like a Pro Shop or something, or an Angstrom. Those are really the only places that I get my puzzles set up. I don't generally do it myself, at least not with my Square-1s, because I don't trust myself to do that. I trust myself because I can do it, but I just, I take Square-1 seriously enough that, I get mine set up by someone who knows their stuff a little bit better generally. So, not everyone has an Isaac, and that's fine. But what I will say is that the production Square-1, this one right here, yeah, it's frosted, and there are things you can do to get rid of that. I haven't really done anything. I think Isaac did a little bit. I can't remember. I honestly don't know what frosted feels like, because I don't generally buy a lot of puzzles, and I think every puzzle I bought has pretty much been glossy to my memory. But what I will say is this puzzle is good. Now, this is actually, I think that if you have a prototype, buy a production as well, because the production is a good WCA Square-1, and the prototype's a good not WCA one. And what I'm saying is, when I got this, I had made the complaint that this would need inserts because of the fact that when you miss a line, like when you go out of cube shape, there's not much holding it there because they didn't magnetize everything, and as a result, you could get DNFs just picking the puzzle up, which is very rough. You don't want that. But also, it could trouble changing it. It could apply moves in transit in the cube cover, which is why inserts really happened in the first place. So I had said that competitions would start to need inserts, and I don't think they need them anymore. I don't, because the production one has a much more robust layer with some more friction that actually makes it doesn't move when it shouldn't be moving, but it's also not enough to actually really notice when you're solving, which is great, because I'm not sure how that happens. It doesn't really actually make sense to me, but they did it. So that's really cool that they did that. Oops, sorry, my hand's a little slipping because it is frosted. It's starting to wear off. I think some of the corners are getting a little bit better. But yeah, mine doesn't have a bump every 90 degrees like some people are saying theirs does, and I don't know if I got lucky or if it's a different batch. So I bought mine at the day of the last cubing at home, I believe. So or maybe it was the day after, I can't remember. But if you bought it before that, maybe it's worth buying another one to see if that was the issue. It also might be a setup issue. I don't think it is, because if you're bumping every 90 degrees, that really sounds more like a magnet issue or a plastic issue, but it's possible. But what I will say is, Max Shaw has also preferred a production model. He has an Angstrom one that he uses, and he prefers that to his prototype one, from what I've heard. I would watch his video on it if I were you, just to double check that. But I will preface that with, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. I believe he said that in his video, and I believe he's told me that, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure he said that though. So, you know, don't beat me up at the next comp, Max. But I'm pretty sure he said that. Anyway, you know, so I think it's likely, because I've also heard things about. So if you remember correctly, I said that I broke my caps swapping them, and they've actually started to put in some of theirs. They have removed one of the pegs, and the places to put them in, they filled it in, so you have a less likely chance of breaking one. So what happens there is, I think that they've been changing the mold a little bit and swapping things over. So I would, again, you know, I just think it's a good idea. If you bought one before, maybe buy another one. You know, it's entirely possible that the first batch of production ones was just bad. I never received one, so I wouldn't know. But I do know that people have been complaining about it, and I know that people are experiencing the things that they're experiencing, whether or not that's their fault or the, you know, YJ's fault. I'd imagine that probably lies on YJ's fault. But you know, I think it's a good puzzle. At least what I received is a good puzzle, and I like it better than the prototype. So that's good. But another thing I will say is my prototype does not have extra magnets added. I had Isaac add extra magnets in here, just right here. Now, I tried it before the magnets as well, and I still had the same opinion that I like the prototype. I mean, I like the production one better than the prototype. But I will say that the magnets have been extra nice as well, in the regard that this was not something. Actually, it still kind of isn't. It's like a little bit more. I don't know. It kind of magnetizes to this. There are better ways of doing it than the way that Isaac did it. Isaac just put it right here, and I believe that just makes it extra strong right there. Yeah, so like it's still, to my knowledge, no, it is magnetizing to here, but it's just weaker, I think. Anyway, you'll +2 a lot less, because actually what happens on this is you're misaligned to like right here, where it's, you know, just about a +2, and usually it would magnetize you to being like this or something, but you know, you drop the puzzle and it magnetizes to this, and you +2. So I'd put the extra magnets in if I were you. I would probably actually strategically put them in a place that works a little bit better. I believe the magnets that Isaac put in mine were a little weaker, which is why I'm saying like I don't feel it as much right here. Like they're there. It is magnetizing it. So maybe put like a stronger one if you want to. I don't know. Since it is weaker, you know, it's not really slowing down anything right now. So maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, I've kind of talked too much about this. My point is, if you had an experience where your MGC was bad, why? You know, was it MGC's fault, or are you bad at setting puzzles up? If it's MGC's fault, maybe buy another one. And you know, I think, because I do think that this production model is better than the prototype, even though it's frosted, and you know, excuse me, a lot of people aren't a fan of frosted. I don't really care. Like, if I cared enough, I would have done something about it by now. Anyway, this is a much better puzzle for WCA use than the prototype. And I think if you are using the prototype for WCA use, be prepared to DNF and +2 a lot. Because you will probably DNF an inspection, and you will probably +2 at the end of the puzzle, or the end of the solve. So bye.